Hello everyone. Happy Friday. Hope you all are well. Um, this commentary is a two-part live. This is Friday's roast pertaining to Darnell Jones and Mr. Shannon Sharpe. We're going to do Mr. Sharpe second, okay? As far as Darnell Jones, as most of you know, he has been indicted by a grand jury for the murder of his daughter, Kimani Lateague, kidnapping, rape, tampering with evidence, and I believe it was aggravated murder, first-degree murder. Where there are questions, it's pertaining to his own statements to law enforcement. He says that he dragged the child from her home and took her to the Miami Street abandoned house. So the questions that people are asking, did he assault her at her own home? I believe it was Elm Street. Or did he assault her at the Miami house? Where all this is baffling to me is dragging of a child. It says involuntarily, meaning, no one feel like I'm in the fifth grade or second grade or know what they're saying, but it just seems like it's hard to believe this child went out in public at night, late, don't know the exact time, but late. Hello, Glitters, how are you? Went out with this man late in public and being dragged by this beast. And nobody saw anything. Nobody heard her scream. So did she scream? Did she fight back? Did he assault her at the house? One reason why I think he assaulted her at the home is because, and only because, Dorothy says her pajamas, underwear were found in the common areas, living room, dining room. So one, you have to ask, do you believe Dorothy's version? That her underwear were found in living room, dining room, pajamas found in dining room, which is soever. Is that true? Police, are you verifying that that information is true? Okay. So you have to ask all those questions because you see, everything's about a version. About that. Buffering. When you look at the fact that, hold on, everybody. I'm sorry. When you look at the fact, I don't know what's going on with my connection is off. Sorry about that. When you look at the fact, everybody's version, do you believe the versions? Do you believe his version? Because his version is that the child called saying there was a burglar. So was there a burglar? Let's start at the beginning. Did the child call him to say there was a burglar at the home? Well, we don't really have to believe that because this man has been accused of sexually assaulting a child, killing a child, taking her to an abandoned home, setting the house on fire. Then we have Dorothy talking about the underwear, pajamas found in the common areas in the house. She wouldn't change in those places. She would change in her room. She had a room. When she came in the house, eyes were on the stove. They were on. But they would lead me to believe that possibly that was true because he did set that house on fire on Miami Street. He does have a past arson case. So I think she might be telling the truth about the eyes being on at her home. This will lead me to believe he assaulted her there, okay? To get rid of evidence at that location, meaning he assaulted her there at that house. So perhaps he violated her in a common area, the sofa, her room. Let me set this place on fire, put the burners on, and it'll get rid of any evidence at this house. So then we have to ask that question. What was found at the house that will connect Mr. Jones to being there with the child, assaulting the child? Okay? All of this is baffling to me. And I'm only bringing this information because it's like they're focusing on that. Was the child assaulted at the house? He says he drugged her from that house to the Miami Street house, which would lead you to believe she was alive. And I just find that so hard to comprehend. My head just cannot wrap around a child being drugged to her own death. She was drugged to her own death, walked to her own death. This is crazy to me, to even think of a child, one being violated, period, violated by her father, already been moving around from house to house, allegedly mother in and out of her life, Dorothy abusing her, whooping her. State got involved but closed the case, just reprimanded Dorothy, telling her how to reprimand Kimani. And then she's got this filthy beast that's supposed to be a biological father having sexual relations with her. Rape is what it's called, okay? R-A-P-E. So then we have to ask that question. The evidence shows the child was sexually assaulted. How long had it been going on? Since the child was staying with Dorothy, or when the child was living with the godmother? See, so many questions. So was he in the child's life when the child was with the godmother? Nobody's talked about that. This is a harrowing case. And as I said before in my last live, every time I see people now, especially with children, even in YouTube videos, commentary, out here in the street, I'm looking at the people wondering what the hell is going on, in their home with their children, how they treating their children, how the children interacting with the family members, the adults. Are the children happy? How could you not ask? How could you not wonder? And this case is exemplary of why anyone would ponder anyone's relationship with anyone. And then the fact that Darnell has 2 other children and they are girls. Has he sexually assaulted those girls? Has he been accused of sexually assaulting any other children? Has been investigated for sexually assaulting children? We have not heard that he has any type of sexual past as far as a criminal record. But you have to ask, what has he been doing in his spare time? He does have a criminal record, plural. He's been in trouble before. Arson, disorderly conduct, I believe a weapon charge. He's been a busy little bee at some point in his life. But so far, I haven't heard anything with sexual deviances. But that's the whole point. It doesn't matter if you don't see anything on record, you don't hear of anything on record. It doesn't mean the person hasn't been out here assaulting children. So then you got to ask that question. How long has he been essaying kids? Has he essayed his other girl children and other girl children? Did he sexually assault the child at her home, or he went to that house deliberately to sexually assault her, unalive her? Did she fight back? That was the reason for unaliving her. What evidence is left at that house? What evidence was found at that house? Because I just assumed he murdered her at the house. So that's why I said this is hard to wrap my head around. Him going there to do that. I assumed he killed her there at her own house and then carried her out in some type of bag, tub, and took her over, loaded her into his car and then took her over to the Miami Street home and then set that house on fire. I cannot fathom he took her to that house alive, the abandoned house, murdered her there, stabbed her in her neck several times, and then set the place on fire. Second floor, I believe, is where she was found. And then walk out of there as if he's done nothing. Go to the gatherings they had looking for her, as you saw on the news. He's standing right there by the bio mother, looking around like a duck out of water, knowing all along he is the proprietor of his own child missing. His own child. Sexually assaulting his child, murdering his child, covering up, tampering with evidence, lying, staring at people, making up stories about when he last saw her. So what did he tell the police? Because you always have to remember something. What people tell the police is not what they tell others, also not what they tell the news. Always remember that. He's probably put out at least 3 or 4 versions of his conversations with Kimani and what actually happened. Did Darnell Jones assault his own child at her home or at the abandoned house on Miami Street? Did he unalive her at her home or at the Miami Street abandoned house? Either way, it's effed up. But like I said, I just cannot wrap my head around that child walking to her own death, being dragged out of her own house, fighting, kicking, screaming. Did he have her mouth covered? Because if you visualize it in your head, it's hard to fathom him walking her out of the house against her will and nobody seeing her kicking, screaming, fighting, nothing, and take her a block or 2 over to this other house, assault her, stab her, then set the place on fire. However it went. Make it make sense. Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Vault Excel. Thank you for joining me. Happy Friday. That's my commentary pertaining to Darnell Jones. What really happened in that house? What was the ruse he used to go to that home? Are there other people involved and have knowledge of the crime? Was there anybody else at that house sexually assaulting this child? We hear mentioning of a cousin that he took with him over there to see the child. Please don't tell me that this is a situation of gang rape. Did they find any other DNA on the child? I'm assuming if they found other DNA, they would have an arrest for also said crimes against this child. See, you don't know what to believe. Because when you're dealing with a diabolical mind, how can you believe anything that this person is saying? You can't. You absolutely cannot. Shannon Sharpe, the latest crazy story to hit the airwaves. Let's get into it, everybody. Mr. Sharpe is being sued civilly by a Gabriella Zuniga, a 20-plus-year-old female, who claims he has sexually assaulted her on multiple occasions. He has berated her, mistreated her, and she's suing him for $50 million. We just got information from his attorney that Mr. Sharpe offered her in private consultation and mediation $10 million. That was not good enough for her. So she decided, I guess, to ante it up, go get a lawyer, however it worked, and the dollar amount is $50 million, which she obviously can't count. If he is to pay her, decide to pay her, or it goes to trial, your lawyer's going to get a big chunk of that, about 30%, 40% of that. She's not very bright. Where do I start? This is a hot butter mess with Mr. Sharpe. Let's read some of the text messages, shall we? And then we can get into my commentary. Wow, wow, wow. They want to really read all this crazy nonsense. But I'm going to, because there's always somebody that wants to know instead of you saying, this is what they said, this is what they said. Okay, we're going to tell you what was said allegedly through text messages. If you believe these two were texting one another, okay? Shannon Sharpe's legal team shares an alleged sexual text from accuser, claims case is a shakedown. Mr. Sharpe has spoken publicly, and he feels like this is a shakedown. He wants to be transparent with the public, his friends, family, fans. You're entitled to believe what you want pertaining to Mr. Sharpe, these text messages, what really happened between he and this female. If indeed it is a shakedown, I think that it is. I'm not here to say he's an angel. I'm not here to say she's an angel. What I'm saying is it seems to be all about the money. The fact that she went and got Mr. Bugsby is about the money. And that's also what Mr. Sharpe has said. This man is only about money. So anybody with common sense would know. Why'd you go get him? He's fighting clients right now. I mean, he's got clients right now who are fighting with Mr. P. Diddy. So that should tell you something right there. The type of cases that go before Mr. Bugsby. He's about the almighty dollar. Okay? It's not to be rude, but high profile, alleged accusers. And that's what this looks like here. Looks like a money grab. All right. Got to get these on so I can give y'all the business. Shannon Sharpe was hit with an 8-figure lawsuit over the weekend accusing him of sexual assault battery, and he has now responded with an official statement. In his defense, the Hall of Famer's attorneys claimed the case is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Sharpe and have provided alleged text messages sent between the two exes as evidence. They also took it one step further by releasing the plaintiff's full name as she filed a case under a Jane Doe pseudonym. So if you do not know, her government name is Gabriella Zuniga. On April 20th, 2025, 13-page civil complaint was filed in Nevada State Court accusing the retired tight end of committing sexual assault sexual battery, and that he engaged in intentional infliction of emotional distress. The suit discloses the plaintiff and Sharpe entered into a 2-year consensual relationship, but his behavior turned abusive as he allegedly has threatened to kill the plaintiff when she attempted to share her location with friends. raped her and sexually assaulted her multiple times. This allegation is coming from, I believe, October of 2024, which is only several months ago. Mr. Sharpe, did you indeed threaten this young lady because she wanted to share her location with friends, whomever? What did you do? Snatch her phone, hit her, pull her hair, choked her out, vaginally raped her? The other side, what? What happened? Then what? You two kissed, made up, had dinner? What happened? Is this lady telling the truth that he has sexually assaulted her several times? So when you say several times, what do you mean? Several times in the course of that night, morning or afternoon, or he came over once, he raped you. You went and saw him again at a hotel, he raped you. You went over here to this place, he raped you. Help Queen understand, because I'm confused. I'm just saying. Repeat it again. Behavior turned abusive as he allegedly has threatened to kill the plaintiff when she attempted to share her location with friends, essayed her, and sexually assaulted her multiple times. So as I said, multiple times, back to back, same day, or different times, different locations. This is a hot butter mess. Sharpe's counsel, Lanny J. Davis and Associates, revealed in their April 21st statement that the woman's name is Gabriela Zuniga. The document argues that Zuniga is lying, attempting to extort Sharpe for millions. The graphic texts were shared to show the alleged broader pattern of graphic sexual communications initiated by Ms. Zuniga, and that the scenarios were explicitly requested by her. So we've heard all of this he said, she said, and things she was asking him to do to her, asking him for money for her butt cheeks. Shut your mouth. Damn, as somebody said, that must be a lot of boom boom or zoom zoom back there for $25,000 per butt cheek. Shut your mouth. This is from Shannon Sharpe 84 IG page, 3.4 million subscribers. Feel free to go over to that page and verify if he still has this up on his Instagram page. And I'll turn it around so you can see his IG page is where I'm getting this information from. Gabriela Zuniga in a text message to Mr. Sharpe, October 7, 2023. So they're going back in time. So I don't know if that would matter to you or not, but it's not recent, but it's, a year and a half ago. I know you missed this big juicy ass, $25,000 for each cheek. Gabriela Zuniga in text message to Mr. Sharpe again, 1/1/2025, which is this year, 9:50 p.m. Okay? See, this is a problem. Hold on, let me go back. I misquoted something. I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're fucking me. That was October 7th, 2023. Excuse me. Then we go down to, I miss you. I know you missed this big juicy ass, $25,000 for each cheek. That was this year, January 1st, 2025. Okay? 2025. So, October 7th of 2023, she wanted him to put a dog collar around her neck. Choke me while you're fucking me. Okay? Her own words, allegedly. Fast forward to this year and a half later. Or just a year and a half later. 1/1/25 at 9:50 p.m. I know you missed this big juicy ass. $25,000 for each cheek. You see, you don't have to go any further because this is what they are debating pertaining to this female. That whatever she put in her legal documents pertaining to the sexual assaults and berating of her and emotional distress does not match her own text messages to Mr. Sharpe. And that's where I come in and give my damn opinion. Because all that matters. Okay? We can say they had kinky sex and it may have gone far on occasion to where she wanted to stop, didn't want to participate anymore. He continued on, which is by law considered rape. But because of the type of role play they were doing, if it's S&M, this and that, submissiveness, whatever, that's your business. No means no. So on any occasion, Mr. Sharpe, did the female ask you to stop doing whatever? Choking, pulling hair, penetration, and you continue on? because by law, that is rape. And naturally, you don't even have to be doing any of this type of kinky stuff, and you're not in the mood. You get turned off. You decide you want to stop having the sex with the person, and you tell him, her, no, and they force themselves on you. That is still considered rape. Okay? So did that ever happen between Mr. Sharpe and this female? During sex, she decided to ask him to stop doing something, and he continued onward. Everyone is entitled to his or her opinion. Someone's going to view this, well, they were into all these different things. Who's going to believe that she was sexually assaulted at all? So, as I said, her asking this man for $25,000 per ass cheek the first of this year don't register well with Queen for the obvious reason. Anybody paying attention? He raped you several times in October of 2024, which is only a few months ago, several months ago. He's raped you again this year, allegedly, first of the year, 2025. You're also asking for money for your butt cheeks, telling him you know he misses your butt cheeks, and he also raped you too. Help the Queen understand why you would be in the company of a rapist. Now, I am a woman, and I have made many mistakes dealing with men. Talking to them, dealing with them, going around them, being with them, knowing they didn't mean me well, knowing their true intentions, knowing I possibly wanted more, but knew they were never going to come around, but hoped, because we women, we're hopers. But the point is, it's what I participate in. And I think we all know when we're participating in foolishness with people who don't mean us any good, and they have been rude, loud, violent, push, shove, punch, whatever, and you knew you should not have been in the company of that person, but you continue to be around them anyway. So you have to own your part. That is where I'm going with this bullshit with Mr. Sharpe and this female. Allegedly, this was a rocky relationship. And if this man had sexually assaulted her in 2024, he raped her several times in the same day or different days, why in the hell are you talking to him the first of the year? Now, some will say she was mesmerized, Stockholm syndrome. She couldn't get enough. Because some people say, well, Queen, abuse is abuse. Don't matter if it was rape or if it's physical, mental. Well, you're entitled to your opinion. But what I always tell myself is, as I say, we have to accept the role that we play. So how far in the abuse am I going to go? Am I going to allow you to use me, steal from me, rob me, manipulate me, con me, sex traffic me, have me participating in sexual acts like that shit with Cassie and P. Diddy? And now we're talking about rape. You see where I'm going with this. How far are you going to allow the abuse to go before you say, I've had enough of this? Because we're also talking about going out in public, not going out in public. Were they going out in public? Was he taking the young lady out, showing her to different people? Because obviously people knew about this young lady. Monique was making, commentary about her on his show. So, and she mentioned a 26-year-old woman. I'm assuming she's referring to this chick. So obviously somebody knew about her. So he's had her out or been seen with her. Because some people are saying that, he wasn't taking her out, wasn't doing things in public with her. You have to remember he's also a busy person. He works, working for a major network, which he has also stepped down from. He says he's going to return in the fall. Don't know if CNN is going to cut the strings with him. We will see. I'll bring you an update pertaining to that information. But the point is, she knew SHIT wasn't right with him, and he also knew. And it goes back to what I said. You have to know the role that you're playing with people. You have to know your part. You have to own your part. At any point when she realized this was a degrading situation, she did not like how he was treating her. Whatever it is he was doing, saying, she should have bowed out. That advice is for all of us. You have to know the role you're playing. You have to own the role you're playing. You have to own the part you play. So if you're dealing with a person that does not mean you any good, shit ain't going well, you got to own that. And I think this was an issue of money, especially with the IG video audio that was leaked back in the fall with Mr. Sharpe and some other woman. My understanding, that was not she. So she probably was pissed off and angry. Oh, he's screwing somebody else, not I. Who is she? Oh, I'll get him back. The fact that his conversation was recorded, bingo card. Come on with it, Queen. Why are we recording conversations? It's one thing to be holding on to fucking text messages for 5, 6 damn years. So a lot of you hold on to text messages. Why are you clogging up your damn phone with all of that nonsense? For what? To keep verification that you've been talking to a fool, you've been arguing with a fool, you've been cussing out a damn fool. You gotta scroll, go back to tell the fool what he said, what she said. Erase that shit. Erase that shit, okay? Because a lot of things we say in text messages can come back and harm us. And that's what's going on right here with Mr. Sharpe. Role playing, pissed off, angry, whatever. I'll choke you. Didn't mean he really was going to choke her, but he said it. And if it goes into a court of law, it's in ink. It's from his device. So now he's got to explain what he meant. Oh, I was just kidding. She pissed me off. She knew what she did. Then they say there's pauses in between the audio, so you don't know if it's edited. She won't turn over the whole audio, which is suspicious to me. So see, there are a lot of things that's suspicious. A man has raped you, number one, several times at 24. Now you're talking to him at 25. You're talking about ass cheeks for $25,000, but he's raped you. You're recording this conversation. Why? It sounds like a setup to me. Like I said, I'm not saying he's an angel. I'm not saying he treated her well. She rode the ride, just like all these other women who've been riding around with these men, just like the situation with Cassie. Now, to me, yeah, Puff Diddy, he seems like a dog. He don't know how to treat people. He's been accused of treating his employees horrible. But the point is, on and off for 7 years with somebody, let's be truthful. In the real world, nobody can sue somebody for no lump sum of money because most people don't have a damn thing. Most of these men out here, black men especially, they ain't got shit. They ain't got 1 million to sue. And they've mistreated women, cheated on them, made babies, on the down low, all type of nonsense. Used them for their money, took their money, stole, all kind of shit. Ain't no suing. Ain't no suing because they ain't got nothing. So that's what this appears to be with a lot of these females, high-powered men. They decide they want to get revenge. They want to get money. They want to release information to the public about what they did, said, want to write a book. Cassie, BS going on right now with that. That's why Diddy's lawyers want copies of the manuscript and her checking account, which I don't know why the hell he need her checking account, but maybe he's giving her money before he gave her the lump sum of money. I don't know. But the point is, average people don't get sued for mistreating people. People are mistreated and used by people every day. But we also, as I just said, have to own the part we play with people. As bad as it hurts our feelings, we have to own we fucked up. We're with a dog-ass female. We're with a dog-ass man. We're with somebody that don't want to work, don't want to hold their own, don't know how to talk, don't know how to act, don't got manners. They want rough sex. They want anal sex. They want whatever it is that you don't like, but you're doing it to keep this person or be in their graces. Tell yourself you're valuable. You're worth more than that. Now, you want to sell your body? That's your business. You want to S&M, rough sex, role play, that's your business. But know that shit can get out to the public. If a person decides just to put you on blast, they mad at you. Hey, girl, let me show you the text messages he sent. Let me show you what I sent to him. And she's got some nasty stuff she done said to this man. But like everybody is saying, most people, what you do behind closed doors, it is your business. If you want to lick a toe, suck a butt cheek, that's your damn business. But everybody don't need to know about it. And this is where she's a fool. Yeah, let me check you, sister. You a fool. Because I would not want my mom and daddy to know I'm talking about, sticking my tongue in a man's tail. Hell wrong with you? Are you high? Are you high? You want your friends, schoolmates, people to know this is how you get down. And see, a man could put that out about you anyway because we got dog-ass men like that. They like to put your business out there. And Sharpe might be one of them type of dudes. He sit up with his homeboys and he sit up and tell, yeah, I got a little cutie. She 20-something years old. She down with everything. She down with choking and dog collars and licking my tail and this, that, and the other. Think. You have to be very careful who you sleep with out here. You have to be careful what you do with people behind closed doors because they can go back and tell it. Men talk about women. Men talk about men. Women talk about women and women talk about men. What they do, didn't do, what it looked like, what it smelled like, what the house looked like. Sharpe, you wasn't thinking, and she definitely not thinking. Now everybody riding him because she young. Yeah, it's a dicey subject. Why you want somebody that young, you old enough to be your daddy? But he's a man. Think about what you're saying. Think about what you're saying now. He's a full man with a full penis. Why did he care that she was 20-something or 19 when he met her? She was a woman by the eyes of the law. Very, very young. He didn't care. I'm doing good, Patricia. How you doing? Thank you for joining me. Now let's finish this nonsense. See, I done got all off track. This is Friday's roast. Okay. So this lawsuit filed by Gabriella Zuniga and orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Bugsby, blatant, cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars, okay? Let's make sure I'm going over everything. It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, and it will not succeed. In her effort to extract a large financial settlement, Ms. Zuniga presented Mr. Sharpe with a secretly recorded video of a consensual sexual encounter. We believe the video has been heavily edited and taken entirely out of context, crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as non-consensual. Ms. Zuniga has refused to provide a copy of the full, unedited version of the recording to Mr. Sharpe's legal team. To set the record straight, we are releasing several of Ms. Zuniga's own explicit text messages to Mr. Sharpe that clearly indicate the nature of their relationship was consensual and sexual in nature, and in many cases initiated by her with specific and graphic requests. Contrary to the allegations she makes in her lawsuit, consensual sex continued until January 2nd, 2025, the day after she asked for $25,000 per cheat. So they're basically saying they had consensual sex after she asked for the money. Excuse me. She asked for the money for the butt cheeks. 25 per cheek. Then the next day, the second, y'all having sex. That you say was SA, sexual assault. So help me understand what the hell is really going on. Lost my place. Hold on, everybody. How's it right when one day you're asking for money for a butt cheek per cheek, $50,000, and then the next day you two are having sex, allegedly consensual sex, that you're now telling people, the courts, and the document that it was rape? That don't even make no sense. It's not saying it can't happen, but it just don't sound right. Let me say that. It don't sound right. Hey, can I get $25,000 for a butt cheek? Then the next day, I call him over, or he called me over, and I'm raped. How did it really go, Ms. Zuniga? Why are you suing this man for $50 million? The Vibe is the source of this information if you need verification. Vibe.com. I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're fucking me, reads one alleged text sent by Zuniga, October 7, 2023. Another mentions a price tag in exchange, $25,000 per cheek, and that was on New Year's Day, 2025. She says, I know you missed this big, juicy ass. That's New Year's Day, 2025. So New Year's Day, you're asking for money for a butt cheek and telling him he misses your juicy ass, and then the next day, he's raping you. Is that what you're saying, ma'am? Here are the next text messages that have been sent to Mr. Sharpe by Miss Gabriella Zuniga. Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want to me. November 23rd, 2023. I want to put my tongue in your asshole and then marry you. Next text, Miss Gabriella Zuniga to Shannon Sharpe. January 12th, 2024, 1 year ago. That's my daddy. Fuck, I want you to put a big black baby in me. Text from Gabriella Zuniga to Shannon Sharpe, August 6, 2024. You better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. Why the baby got to be big? We know it's going to be half black, but come on. Text from Zuniga to Sharpe, August 11, 2024. So we got text from 23 to 24 to 25. Excuse me, everybody. Sinuses. In the foul complaint, Zuniga says the two entered a consensual relationship after they met at a gym in 2023, and she is a woman more than 30 years younger than he is. She says she tried pulling away from Sharpe after his infamous Instagram Live incident in September 2024, which was only several months ago, when he accidentally streamed him having sex with another woman. So not her, another woman. So see, I think this is all about this female that he had sex with, and that video, whatever, leaked out. He apologized, didn't know what he was doing. That don't make no sense. It's obvious he likes streaming and filming. I think they're both into it. That's what I think. They're both into it. She's into filming, performing, because she's this OnlyFans chick. And as one little Christian guy was saying on his YouTube channel, what you men want with somebody like that? Why you black men want women that's, all on the IG and OnlyFans, don't got nothing to offer themselves, don't have no class? Why do you want a lady like that? Well, you know what? You could be classy in public, and as they say, be a whore in the bedroom. Shut your mouth. Because that's the whole point. What you do in your bedroom is your business. But when you're performing for sexual acts in public and posing and showing yourself nude for money or for play, it's a bad look. And I don't recommend you doing it behind closed doors. It's a bad thing to do. Don't send pictures of yourself to men. I don't care if you're dating them. I don't care if you're married to them, because it can come back and bite you in the ass. Okay? You do what you want to do. You're grown. But as you see this situation with him, he thought he was grown, and look where he is. Don't let nobody film you. Don't you film nobody. Don't send no pictures to nobody naked. Hell, don't even accept no naked pictures. Just don't. As this one guy said, you just don't want that shit in your phone. You don't want it in your phone. I don't care how much you like a person, you're attracted to them. You think you got something going with them. You know how many women have been burned by men who have turned on them, revenge porn, and shown their pictures and put them on websites? Because it goes back to what I said. You don't know people, and when people become angry, they will turn on you. That's exactly what the fuck is happening right here with Mr. Sharpe. This heifer is angry. She's an angry young person. And if I was a man right now, I wouldn't want her. Because now you know what she's made of. You now know that if you push any wrong button, she'll turn on you. Stay woke. She's no different than a dirty ass dog ass man. She's the same. She just got a kitty cat. You don't know people. Where was I at? So that incident, September 24, where he was streaming having sex with another woman, I believe is the tip-off to why we're here today pertaining to Miss Zuniga. She alleges he responded by becoming increasingly sexually abusive. As the statement says, he forced himself on her while she was crying and sobbing during an interaction in October of 2024. In January of 2025, Doe claimed Sharpe came over to her house and violently sexually assaulted her again after using an excuse of bringing a birthday gift to her. So, Mr. Sharpe, is it true that you went over to this lady's house this year and violently raped her? Is it true that you raped her in 24th October while she was upset? What was she upset about? What was she crying about? Is this allegation true? October 2024 and January 2025? Or do we have here a scorned female? What is the truth? The Club Shay Shay host's statement concluded by asserting he firmly denies the sexual assault allegations and will prove his innocence. Mr. Sharpe categorically denies all allegations of coercion or misconduct, especially the gross lie of rape, and will not submit to what he sees as an egregious attempt at blackmail. He stands firmly by the truth and is prepared to fight these false claims vigorously in court. He looks forward to vindication through due process and a judgment based on the facts and the law. It reads, Zuniga is seeking a minimum of $50 million from Mr. Sharpe. Vibe is the source of this information. So you wanted him to put a big black baby in you. You wanted him to put the gravy in you. You talked about putting your tongue in his tail. $25,000 for a butt cheek this year. Put dog collars around your neck. He assaulted you several times in 2024 of October, and then he assaulted you January 2nd, 2025. I'm sorry, I just don't believe these allegations. Bring me a receipt. Since you like taping and videotaping things, bring a receipt, a video of you telling him, no, I don't want to do that. There's also some text messages that I haven't seen personally about you asking him to wear a condom when he decided to perform anal sex. So was he raping you then when you asked him to use a condom during this anal sex act? Was that rape, or that was just him wanting to perform anal sex? This is stupid to me. Hello, darling. Thank you. Honey, clutch your pearls, because we all... You got to clutch more than your pearls. You need an umbrella, you need a whiskey glass. Shut your mouth. Welcome to the Vault Excel. This is buffoonery. You know, the more I live, and I'm 54 by the grace of God, the more I live, the more I hear crazy stories. I tell myself, please turn the YouTube off. Just turn it off. Turn it off. Because every day in the queue, crazy, wicked stories, crazy Kens, crazy Karens, crazy children. Sorry, I'm buffering. The world is going mad. You have got to think about what you do and say out here. We have all fallen short. I always put that in the live in case somebody come here preaching, talking about, well, everybody done wrong. Oh, we already know that. But that's the point. We ain't talking about us today. We're talking about these fools. You learn from your mistakes. At least you try to. Have we all double back fooled with people? I know. I can raise my hand and say, yes, I have. I'm not going to sit up here and claim that I'm any better than these two here. But what I'm saying, you got to do better. And even listening to this, I have to check myself saying, well, you know, you shouldn't be talking to this person or that person because, hell, they just as dramatified as these two heathens here. And you don't need it. That's what Mr. Sharpe needs to understand. And let me say this to Mr. Sharpe, because he says that this is a Bugsby shakedown, basically, too. This is what he does for a living. Yes, he wants to make money. High power attorney. But Mr. Bugsby is not your problem, Mr. Sharpe. Gabriella is your problem. Because you see, you were not screwing Mr. Bugsby. You were screwing a young girl who was childish and immature, and she has revenge on her heart. Mr. Bugsby was nowhere around when you, number one, met her, when you decided to have sex with her, when you allegedly sexually assaulted her. Mr. Bugsby was nowhere in the picture. He's an after effect. Checkmate. Mr. Bugsby is not your problem. Gabby is your problem. Your penis is your problem. Your mindset is your problem, not Mr. Bugsby. Because if it's not Mr. Bugsby, it would be another attorney. Maybe not as well known, but doesn't matter. She was going to find somebody. Now, there are other rumors circulating pertaining to Mr. Matt Barnes. Video leaked, audio leaks of him talking about Mr. Shaquille O'Neal wanting to pay a headhunter to find dirt on Mr. Sharpe. What the hell is really going on out here? So, Shaquille O'Neal, let me talk to you. Did you get in cahoots with this young lady? You got some dirt from her? Do you know her? Have you talked to her? How far is this going in the belly of the beast? Now, I don't do conspiracies, but I know anything is possible. That's the latest gossip also on YouTube. Matt Barnes released in a private chat or open chat that Shaquille was going to pay somebody for dirt on Mr. Sharpe. They had some issues in the past with one another. One gossip says it was over a woman many moons ago. Shaquille O'Neal, I know damn well you're not holding on no grudge about no damn kitty cat. Considering you've been married, unmarried, got you a young one too. So what the hell are y'all talking about? What the hell you holding on a grudge with Mr. Sharpe about? What is this all about? So have you been fishing for dirt on Mr. Sharpe, Shaquille O'Neal? Let me ask you. Matt Barnes, why are you testifying in a live chat? Because that means somebody turned on you or you're orchestrating some attention grabbing SHIT. Because I'd like to know who released the audio of you talking in this chat saying, oh yeah, Shaq will pay to get some dirt on Mr. Sharpe. What are you doing talking like a BITCH? Excuse my language. A gossiper. Why you gossiping? Matt Barnes, I'm talking to you. Why are you gossiping, sir? In a live chat about Shaquille O'Neal and Mr. Sharpe. Are you upset with Mr. Sharpe too? You don't like him? Did you orchestrate this leaked audio yourself, you and somebody else, to get attention, to get your name out here in the headlines? See, I don't trust anybody. And as you see, men gossip like women, what I just said a little while ago. They kiss and tell too. So now we got this new he said, she said with Mr. Barnes and this Shaquille O'Neal BS with Mr. Sharpe. Mr. Sharpe, it seems like to me you've got a few enemies out here. One, an ex-pro NBA player by the name of Shaquille O'Neal and this Miss Gabriella Zuniga. Who else gonna jump out of a hat? Then we have an old allegation of you doing something at your old job at CBS with a female. Don't know what that was about. You all have downplayed that it was a misunderstanding, but you paid her too. Now, why did you pay her? If you didn't do anything to her, then why'd you pay her? Now, some people say, well, just because a person pays doesn't mean they're guilty. Well, it depends on your interpretation. If I know I ain't groped you, ain't did nothing to you, ain't said nothing to you sexual out of the way, why should I give you money? Because see, you're still opening Pandora's box. Stay with me now. You pay a person to go away because they have an allegation against you. They got pictures, they got audio, they got video, whatever. And you say to yourself, well, I got the money, I'll pay. Only thing you're doing is opening Pandora's box for somebody else to come and do the same damn thing. Checkmate. So what you going to do? Pay every time somebody come with an allegation, with a text message that you said you're going to kill them, you're going to choke them, you're going to beat them up, you're going to push them down the flight of stairs. Hey, I got a text that said you was threatening me. I don't want it to get out, but I'll put it out. I need $10 million. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? Hey, I got a tape of us having sex. Hey, I got a tape of you doing this to me. You don't want it out there, do you? Will you pay me $50 million? You see where I'm going with this? So for some of you who believe paying is the right thing to do, not necessarily. Because now Mr. Sharpe is back in the belly of the beast with victim number 2. Alleged victim number 2. So you paid a co-worker off to make her shoo fly. Now you back at it with a woman you had sexual relationship with, and she's decided to go all out and put your business out there, an edited tape, and you obviously knew what happened in that room. That's why you're saying, hey, where's all of the tape? If you're going to play it, play all of it. And I agree. If she's going to put the tape out, she needs to play the whole damn tape. But she can't play the whole tape if it shows this was a consensual sexual encounter. She can't do that. And that's where, my dear Miss Zuniga, you're going to have a problem in court, if it even gets to court. Any judge listening to this bullshit would probably say, Miss Zuniga, you need to take your little ass on somewhere and get you a job. Find you better bed partners and stay your ass off the internet posing and twisting and bending over and asking folks for money for your tail. As for you, Mr. Sharpe, same thing. Turn your damn camera off in your bedroom. Find you a better bed partner and keep your mouth closed. Checkmate. That is the moral of the story for both of these two. They both need to find better bed partners. They both need to stay off of social media talking. Mr. Sharpe needs to quit talking. He don't need to say another damn thing about these allegations. He needs to lay low like how Jay-Z did. Jay-Z had an attorney. He finally spoke and gave his commentary. Then that was it. Next thing you know, shoot, fly, shoot. That heifer went away. She dropped her suit with Mr. Bugsby. Come on with it, Queen Preach. Mr. Bugsby, you already got one client that had to shoot, fly, shoot. I take it this one gonna shoot, fly, shoot too, because I wouldn't give her a dime. Now, he mediated for $10 million with this heifer. She turned it down. She's anteed it up. She wants $50 million. And before we know it, she'll change her mind and come back. She might want $70 million, want $100 million. We also know that he's in talks for a $100 million deal with a network or some company for whatever. So maybe she saw dollar signs. Oh, he's getting ready to sign a deal. Well, let me try to get me some money from him. He abused me. He sexually assaulted me. He touched me. He groped me. Look, girl, you need to get your ass together. Because you're making a fool out of yourself and you're putting a bad name out there. Because now we know who you are and we know your government name. And this isn't something you should want for yourself, especially as a young person who should be out here going to school, getting an education. All this time you spend it on this OnlyFans page or whatever the hell that shit's about, you should be out here going to college, getting an education, going and getting you a master's degree in some type of field so you can take care of yourself instead of posing and taking naked pictures and videos and putting them out here and asking somebody for money. You need to get your ass a job. And Mr. Sharpe, you need to get yourself together. If you like young women, you better try to find you a mature one. You better tell her to sign an NDA. And a lot of people do have people sign NDAs that deal with them. Housekeepers, accountants, nannies, relationships. You don't go back out here and tell nobody what I did, what I said, what I like, don't like. It is what it is. Isn't that what he told her in that audio? It is what it is. Well, what is it? It's foolishness. And this is really a lesson learned for all of us. You don't know people. That's my mantra on this network. I say it all the time because it's the truth. You can lay down with a person for 15 years, 20 years, and one day wake up and realize you've been sleeping with the enemy. Vice versa. People also change. You don't know people. How it starts ain't how it finishes. But then sometimes how it starts, it finishes the same damn way. He met her at a gym. She wasn't doing anything spectacular with herself, as some one YouTuber said in his commentary. Basically saying she don't have anything to lose. So see, she don't have a job. She don't have a career where her name is important. Her reputation is important. So it's okay for people to know her as an OnlyFans member. Posing and taking provocative pictures for likes and views and a couple of coins. And then she meets this multi-millionaire, ex-pro baller, and she realizes, I've got a sack of money right here. But see where she fucked up, because she ain't got no game because she green and wet behind the ears. You should have been getting money from Mr. Sharpe. Checkmate. Come on with it, Queen. You see, sweetheart, if you were playing your cards right, you should have been asking Mr. Sharpe for little lump sums to put in your bank account and stack your chips. But because you so stupid, you just get dog collars put around your throat. Fuck that. This man got money. Every time you saw him, you should have had your hands out. Hey, I need a new ring. Hey, I need this. Hey, I need some money. Hey, I'm trying to go to school. Hey, I just enrolled in college. Hey, I need somebody to pay my books, my tuition fees. You ain't got no sense. You having sex with a millionaire and you want to get donations through an OnlyFans page? You're not bright up here. See, if you were getting money from Mr. Sharpe, whatever the relationship was, you wouldn't even have to be going through what you're going through right now, because I know you probably still have feelings for Mr. Sharpe. Bingo card. Come on, preach, Queen. You still care for that big black man. And the fact that you want him to put a baby in you lets me know your priorities are fucked up. Why the fuck do you want a kid and you don't even have a job? So that tells me right there, you just want money from this man. So you want somebody attached to your hip for 18 years, all for the almighty dollar? You probably wouldn't even take care of the kid. You'd hire a nanny and you'd still be posing on that OnlyFans page. Checkmate. While somebody pushing your damn baby around in a stroller and you still trying to chase Mr. Sharpe around, and Mr. Sharpe out here putting his Sharpie in other people. Ding! You are dumb. And some will say he dumb too for messing with a 20-year-old. But like I told people, he could easily be in this trouble with a 42-year-old, a 32-year-old. Don't get it twisted. Because a lot of you are dwelling on this age thing. And yes, some people think he's got the same mindset as she. That's why they gravitated towards one another. Possibly. He's still childish, young, still running around like in his 20s and 30s. Don't want to be attached. And a lot of men like him don't want to be attached because they got that money and they know with relationships comes problems because they start putting their hands out. I want this. I want this. It's probably why he don't want to be married again. He don't want no obligations. He don't want to get sued for no money. Especially if you marry out in California. Half. He gets half. So whoever's the highest earner, they got to fork over that change. That's why a lot of people ain't marrying folks, people who are very wealthy. I get it. You don't want somebody just getting with you for your money. And that's usually how you find out that you're with a loser. When they decide to take your ass to court and file papers for a divorce. I won't have. And they ain't been with you for 2 years. You understand what I'm saying? And she probably would have done the same when she tired of him. She would have took him to court. Let's say he got with her and married her. And she had a couple of black babies, big black babies. Oh, he tired of her. Oh, she want everything he got, even his underwear. You don't know people. So as I said, a lot of people are judging this different ways. So he's a fool. He shouldn't have been messing with a white woman, number one. He shouldn't have been messing with a white woman that was 19. He shouldn't have been filming her, making videos with her. Any other woman. So see, he was dooming himself with that leaked audio from 24 September. He just didn't know it yet. Now, whether he leaked that on purpose to get attention, I don't know, but it sounded fishy too. So if it's what I think it is, that he leaked it deliberately for attention, that shows you he didn't value himself and he didn't value his job. Come on with it, Queen. So he don't have no business working for the news or any network. Because how are you going to leak something on IG when everybody knows this only works by scrolling up, scrolling down, scrolling across? It don't work no other way. Like right now, this screen is black because I haven't touched the phone, if you get my drift. So how would this start streaming from IG? I haven't touched the phone. Because obviously Mr. Sharpe likes to film. Another R. Kelly and another P. Diddy. But you see where they are, Mr. Sharpe. Do you want to end up like Mr. Sean Puffy Combs? Do you want to end up like Mr. R. Kelly, Mr. Weinstein? And you definitely don't want to end up like Epstein, Mr. Sharpe. You need to tighten your shit. Because one, you are too old for this foolishness. And as a lot of people have been saying, what people do behind closed doors is their business. But as you see, what you do behind closed doors can come outside of the damn door. Because there were two of you in there. And somebody decided not to play fair. So you need to think before putting people in your bed and going in their bed. And that goes for all of us. Because you don't know people. There's no such thing as trust. Especially when you're dealing with the almighty dollar, which is obviously very, very high at this current moment. What is going to happen to Mr. Sharpe's career? Will he still have a partnership with CNN News? Will they continue to have him as a sportsman, anchor, commentator?